Hey guys, Dandy Dan bringing another Clash video, and we're just going to take a quick peek at T's guide to rushing, the quick version, and then we'll kind of skim through the longer updated version. This is the original version. It's on Reddit, and the reason I'm here, and it's actually posted in the comments on the last video that I did, but the reason I'm here is because of this intro part. So if you're the type of person that doesn't want to read 18 pages of stuff and you just want the basic idea of what to do, then it's actually on the original Reddit post here. So offense is greater than defense. If you are rushing, consider heroes to always be the priority. So always be working on your heroes, whether that's the Barbarian King, the Archer Queen, Royal Champ, Grand Warden, Prince Minion, and you actually get the Archer Queen earlier now, so that's great. Guiding Principle 2, use your lab time efficiently. Upgrade a farming comp first every town hall. Then upgrade spells, troops like freeze, rage, balloons, wizards, get to 11 ASAP. He's actually updated that now to like 13 and 15. And the reason you want to go so high is because then for the very long builds that are like 10 to 13 days or whatever, you're using your books on those super long builds and saving a ton of time instead of wasting a book of building on like a 3 day build or something like that. Guiding Principle 3, save and conserve magic items until Town Hall 11 minimum, Town Hall 13 optimal, and even further along if possible. So your books of building, books of everything, that type of stuff, um, you know, CWO hammers, that type of stuff. Save it till later. Principle 4, use troll and ring bases because obviously rushing your defenses are all going to suck. And so you want to use kind of trickier trolly bases so that you have a hope of maybe defending. And then some specific tips, get to Town Hall 11 ASAP, which again has been updated a little higher, I believe, to like 13 and beyond. Farm efficiently, play efficiently. Gold Pass is a great value if you're spending money. Buy the Gold Pass first, and also your initial couple builders. If you can get to 5 builders, that's pretty good. Trying to do it on 2 builders is pretty rough. All right, so let's go back because I want to go over a couple other points where I kind of do things a little differently. And, T's probably right and I'm probably not, but still, I'm going to say it's worth mentioning. So, for the lab time, when you're doing your farming comp first, I have 23 accounts. I don't farm, okay? My economy for my accounts is based on war. I do wars with pretty much all the accounts. I do CWL with the accounts. So what happens is I get my war loot. I do a little bit of raiding here and there, and I play a lot of the accounts more during clan games to get those rewards. So I'm not as concerned about farming comps. So what I usually do is I go for balloons as quick as I can. I do upgrade the wizards because I use those. Um, and then I will go for drags, e-drags, all the spells they suggest, which is freeze, rage, also lightning bolt, because all of those spells work with a drag or e-drag type army, which is what I use all the way up through Town Hall 11. Now, in the very beginning, I'll use like Giant Wizard for a very short time until I can get to like Town Hall 8 or 9. And then as soon as I get dragons, I'm on Dragloon. And then from like Town Hall 8 till, I don't know, whatever I get E-Drags, I think it might be 11. Then I go to E-Drags. The advantage of E-Drags is you get like, you only have to do a couple upgrades on them and then they're maxed, okay? Which is something that he points out. And then from there, when you get into 12 and 13, as soon as you can get Yetis, I go to Yeti Super Archer for my ground option. So it's worth upgrading the archers for that. And then also, as he mentions, it's worth upgrading your goblins. The reason you want to upgrade your archers and goblins is at Town Hall 11, you get super troops. And so you can use those super troops. Now, again, I don't do a lot of the farming per se, but actually the super goblins are very useful in CWL to snipe town halls to get like a 1-star attack with a town hall 9. Okay, and then the super archers go with the Yeti super archer attack that I already mentioned. So other than that, I think everything else we covered, and I just wanted to do this one by itself because the screen's on a different format. So this is kind of a part 2 of the introduction. Now we will zap over to the updated rush guide, and if you peek at this, it's pretty long. Okay, I guess we want to hit this link here, and it will bring up the dock, and you can see it's really involved. Okay, so if you just want to go off the simple version, offense over defense, upgrade the troops that you use. Again, I recommend like loons, drags, e-drags, and then get into yetis and super archers and maybe some super goblins and stuff. Here it talks about the builders and the gold pass again. But it does give you, this is why I wanted to bring this out. It gives you a breakdown of how much time you're going to spend on Town Hall 2 through 8. It might take me longer than a week. I have 23 accounts. But if you're playing one account, say you just got back into the game because you quit a year ago, or you lost your account, or you're new to the game, or whatever, you can blow through these town halls super quick, okay? So literally a week to get through town hall 8, all right? Prioritize army camps, labs, and storages, barracks, and, dark spell and spell factories, archers, which you'll need later anyway for super archers, and resource collectors, okay? Stage 2 takes 2 weeks, town hall 9 and 10. You're working on your heroes, your archer, queen, barbarian, king, and probably your prince minions in there now too. Army camps, labs, clan castle, anything that you can up your army size and your offense with. And of course, you'll be upgrading all of those priority troops that you're using for wars and whatever it happens to be that you're using for farming. Okay, stage 3, Town Hall 11 and 12, 2 months. The Town Hall 12 is where you get into the Giga Tesla, so it takes like 2 or 3 of those Giga Tesla upgrades before you can upgrade to 13. So make sure you start working on the Giga Tesla right away so that you're not bottlenecked by it later on and go, oh, I never started this and I'm screwed. Okay. So, you're going to start grinding heroes. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go through everything. You can read it for yourself, okay? Town Hall 12, 5 weeks. Basically, you're still doing a lot of farming for heroes and whatnot, working on the AQ. Obviously, the Prince Minion's going to be a factor. And the Prince Minion's also very important because, at least for me, because I like to use that air army setup. And he's an air hero, so he's going to be really strong for your E-Drag or Drag Loon armies or what have you. And then, of course, you're still working on your new buildings and camps. Now, along the way, also, and I'm sure at some point this will get updated, you want to also be working on your archer towers and your cannons, because when you get to 16, you have to have those be max so that you can, merge them. Otherwise, you can't go to 17. So just bear that in mind. And then also, T stresses working on your walls early as well. I'm not a big wall guy, but whatever. I get you don't want to do it all at the end. And then we scroll down to Town Hall 13, 5.5 weeks. Again, you're going to have several levels of Giga Tesla to work on. And I'm blowing through this pretty quick, but you can surely take your time and read through all of this if you're that type of person. So he also gives checklists here for each town hall and what you should have as far as what needs to be maxed and so on and so forth. And then, all the things you want to do on day 1, the priorities again. 14 basically says this one is kind of Oh, here it is. 3 months, and it's like not a great rushing town hall, I guess. I usually jump to 15 pretty fast because a lot of the town hall 14 pets, like Lassie, no one uses Lassie. I mean, I'm not, some people use Lassie, but it's not a super strong pet, so why dump all your DE into it? So I kind of like the idea of going to 15 as soon as I can so that I can work on, like, the angry jelly, different pets that you want to use to that are Town Hall 15 pets. Like a unicorn is still really good from 14, so invest in that one. I kind of tend to use the yak a lot, so I don't mind putting, Dark Elixir into the yak. But definitely like Diggy, the Spirit Fox, those are all Town Hall 15 pets, and they are stronger pets, so you want to go to 15 so you can get into those pets. And then there's a lot of detail here, and then we get to Town Hall 15. And at the time, this was the max, and see, now we're even on to 16, and so on and so forth. For the sake of the series, I'm just going to stick with 15 because that's plenty project enough for me, to try to get that. I already have other 16s and 17s and so on and so forth. So I just chose 15 for the purpose of going through the process of rushing it, Town Hall 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 15, so that someone has a new account can see this and go, this is kind of maybe what I need to do. All right, so again, I will repost the links to these things in the comments, and then you guys can, have that. But the other thing I will stress that is not here, whoops, information you don't need. The other thing I will stress is do not quit the game, okay? If you want to do this and you want to, get an account up to a high level, the worst thing you can do is quit. Now, what you can do is if you're getting stressed out, mentally bummed out, whatever, you can do what I call go into idle mode, okay? So say you're having a rough time, you're like, damn, this is really getting to me, okay? I'm working on this account, but it's driving me crazy and, whatever. All you got to do is opt out of wars, go red on your profile, and then just log in every day, collect your resources, check your builder base. If there's clan games and you're in the clan, score 500 points and get the rewards. Just do the bare minimum for like a week. Give yourself a break. And then you'll still, all the things you accomplish, you will, run a few builders. I mean, if you didn't farm, do the small upgrades. Don't worry about what T's rushing guide says or, oh, I have to do this or that. If you're in idle mode, okay, I'm going to do my cannon. It's 1,000 gold and I'm just going to upgrade it. And the next day I'm going to do, it's 2,000, 4,000 gold. I mean, because those are all cheap upgrades. Because if you quit, you're not going to do any of that stuff. If you go into idle mode and you just do that daily, you're going to have a lot of stuff done that's, yes, it's minuscule, but when you kind of get back into it and you go, okay, I'm ready to start really grinding on this again, you'll have a lot of little things accomplished and you will have not quit the game. So, number one rule above all else, do not quit the game. Just go into idle mode, give yourself that small break, but do just enough to get by to keep the account going. All right? Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.